Mr. Mix, can you tell us about the Bible that's sitting on the underneath the mayor's gavel?
That's what it is.
So it's a Bible, right?
Yes.
So talking about a Bible is a city matter because the city owns a Bible. There it is, folks. All right, everybody, so there's a Bible sitting right there underneath the mayor's gavel. And tonight, as you see, they put up this little corral thinking, I don't know what they're thinking. We got this corral here. Look at this. So we got a corral. All right. How you doing? So we're here with council candidate Aaron Clowes. Look what he just gave me. All right. So what brings you in tonight?
I'm here for the auction of the floor. I don't think it's right that the mayor wants it to keep it to 3 minutes. It should be the floor should be open to anybody to speak at any time. I'm also here for the north side again. I was just told today that they won't be staffing the north side playground, so the north side is getting screwed on the pool and no protection at the playground. That's why I'm here this evening.
All right. Thanks. I appreciate it. Mayor Smith, why are we doing resolution number 6 right now? I mean, do you really want to limit people's free speech? And the reason why I'm cutting you off, sir, is because he wants to just get to this door real quick. So why are you trying to limit people's speech? Mayor Smith, that's locked too. You want to come through this door, and then you can jump over here. We can go this way together. All right, and we can jump over this fence. Here, I'll move the fence for you.
You're not allowed back.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Here you go, Mayor. I moved it. There you go. Thank you. There you guys go. So the mayor locked himself out, and he had to move this little fence thing to let the mayor back there. All right, Councilwoman, can you tell us, are you going to be supporting barring people's speech to 3 minutes?
Honestly, I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna,
Really, this is
the discussion that we're gonna have in the
well. Do you think it's wise to limit people's speech at all? And what about barring people from speaking if they're candidates?
I don't think that's what the resolution says. It doesn't say.
Or politicking. What do you mean by politicking? What does that mean in the resolution?
What is the definition of politicking?
No, what does it mean by what the mayor's trying to do?
Well, you'd have to ask him, but as far as politicking, that means campaigning.
Okay, we're gonna have to go around because these doors are locked and we have to go around the fence. So let's go around the fence. I already did this with the mayor. So they put up a fence here and I moved it back to the side so we can get around it now. So they have all these doors locked. So I would advise you to vote no on resolution number 6. Thank you. Right here. It says beyond this point.
Done.
The sign says beyond this point.
You're being told officially it's the door.
But this one says COVID-19 and it says beyond that point.
Donnie.
But look,
Done.
it says beyond this point.
Okay. You're officially being told it's here.
Is this point?
Yes.
Then you need to move that sign.
We'll move the sign for you, please.
All right. Did you
Go.
get my calling card at your house?
Donnie, please.
Did you know that I showed up to your house on Saturday to talk to you about resolution number 6?
Donnie, please, outside the door. Thank you.
All right. Now they just put it. This is the city lawyer. Can you tell us if is it legal for them to limit our speech?
Yes.
They can limit our speech. And how will you be advising the mayor vote on this?
He doesn't ask me.
So they can legally do this.
It's a privilege of the floor. They don't even have to grant the privilege if they choose not to.
What happens if I refuse and I still speak?
Would it be ruled out of order?
And what is that going to do? Nothing. Just make people get mad. Because I'm not going to limit my speech to 3 minutes.
I'm not the chair of the meeting. I can't answer what he's going to say.
All right, so there it is. I guess they can legally do it, coming right from our city lawyer. I appreciate your time. Thank you. All right, we're here with Scott Gates.
SG Gates, man.
SG Gates. All right, so what brings you in?
Well, I'm just going to update him on Dog Park, and we got a new council member, so it's kind of like give them an opportunity to vote for it before we have to go some other legal ramifications.
All right, let's see this poster that you brought in. So this is a little dog park. I like it. I love dogs, and we need a dog park. So.
Yeah, they're everywhere. It's not even an issue.
All right, I appreciate. We're gonna have to move the corral for him too. Here you go. Go ahead. You can move back there. That's your spot. It's underneath the. See the speaker? You need that speaker, don't you?
I do need that speaker.
You do need a speaker. See? That's why I'm under this speaker. I'll trade with you. You can have this speaker, and I'll go over there.
That's all right, guys.
So, do you support the LGBTQ?
Back up
Why?
behind.
Back up why?
that line.
He's behind. He's over here.
Back up behind the line if they're gonna
Why?
ask me any questions.
Why?
Got it?
Why? There's no sign out here.
You can't read anyway, back up behind the line.
I can't read anyways.
That's right.
So,
I told you to leave them alone.
so do you support the LGBTQ?
Yes, I do.
So he supports them. All right. So I think that question is
Back up behind the line.
why? There's no sign here.
Okay.
There's no sign.
Warning. Back up behind the rope or you're gonna be asked.
I'm media.
You're not.
Yes, I am. I'm registered in the Jefferson County Clerk's office under Flat Earth, Watertown, New York, media/press. That is legal. Why? He's on this side of it. He's media too.
Otherwise, they're gonna ask you to leave. So.
You have to do the limbo. You wanna come this way?
You've been served.
No, I haven't. It's a blank envelope. Thank you very much.
That's okay. Police department already knows that you are not to come back on my property again.
So you got my message then. You got my little, my card. My name is Donnie Lee Berriger, 134 Union Street, and tonight I'm going to talk about a few topics. This is something that I emailed you, Mayor. This is a reference publication 1207 from NASA.
Mr. Barrett, we're not going to talk about NASA. We have no control over that. If you want to talk to the city about city business, you're more than welcome. City business only. I'm giving you a warning, and that's it. City business only.
So this report documents the duration and definition of the
You're out of
linear
order,
aircraft
Mr. Barrett.
model.
You're out of
It
order.
says right here,
Officer,
flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. It says it right here. It says flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. This is a NASA. This is a NASA document. All right, NASA document, publication 1207. All right, so they left. Yes.
So if they ask you to leave, then we're gonna ask you to leave, okay?
Why are you asking me to leave?
Well, just give it a minute. They're talking to the council right now, okay?
So at this point, you're no longer allowed to speak tonight. So you can stay as long as you remain seated.
So even though I got more to say, I can't speak.
That's
So
what
they
they're-
want. So you agree with them to take my First Amendment right? Because you know what a redress of grievance is? It's my
Donnie.
First Amendment right to bring up a grievance.
Okay.
And that's what that microphone's for.
Okay. They do have the right to ask you to leave as well. So at this point, they're not asking you to leave. As long as you can remain here, that's fine. But they don't want you to speak anymore tonight.
you do not have privilege of the floor.
I'd like to talk about city business.
You're out of order. You lost your privilege.
How did I lose my privilege? Don't I have a right to redress a grievance?
No, Mr. Barringer, you don't. This is.
How do you have a redress of grievance if the microphone's taken away from somebody? Our First Amendment gives us the right to redress of grievance.
Okay, we're going to recess here. I'm going to ask Mr. Barringer to leave. If you don't leave, you're going to be removed for trespassing. I try to give you another chance. You can sit and watch the meeting if you like, but you've lost privilege of the floor. If If you want to sit and watch the meeting and record the meeting, you're more than welcome, but you do not have privilege of the floor. It's your choice. Which would you like to do?
I would like to get at least 3 minutes of why I'm here. I've been uninterrupted.
We'll recess for 5 again.
I've been interrupted. No.
If you leave willingly, then we won't pursue charges. If you do not leave, then we are going to have to arrest you. I don't want to have to arrest you
Arrest me for what?
for trespass.
Trespassing how?
Because they have asked you to leave, so you no longer have a right to be here.
Well, yes, I actually have a right. I'm allowed to speak, and I was not allowed to speak at the microphone. Did we not just see the same? Okay. Hey, Jason, can I let Jason take my stuff?
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Jason, my camera's still recording. Can you grab it and follow me down with it?
Yeah.
Don't turn it off.
I'm not touching it.
Thank you. Yep. Is that yours too, Donnie?
Yes, everything right over there.
About the bag too?
Yep, the bag too.
All right, so do this stuff. I'll be back up, guys. I'll be back up.
Listen, I'm standing up for our rights. Hold on a second.